Harold had stopped expecting a full night's sleep years ago. At 74, he'd accepted that the bathroom was his closest midnight companion. Every night, without fail, he would wake at least 3 times, each trip shorter than the last, his patience wearing thinner with every stumble through the dark. He tried everything, cutting off liquids after dinner, herbal teas, prescription pills, even meditation. Nothing worked. His wife, Linda, slept peacefully beside him. While he lay awake, staring at the ceiling, counting the hours until dawn. When he mentioned it during his regular checkup, Dr. Nair sighed. "It's common at your age," she said gently. "The bladder becomes more active, the muscles weaker. It's called nocturia. Try to limit caffeine, alcohol." "I already have," Harold interrupted. "No coffee after noon, no wine, no water after 6. I'm still up 3 times a night." Dr. Nair smiled sympathetically. "Sometimes it's just part of getting older." That phrase echoed in his head all the way home. Part of getting older. It felt like surrender. A week later, while waiting at the pharmacy, Harold struck up a conversation with an old neighbor, Pete. Pete looked unusually cheerful for a man in his late 70s. "You look like you're sleeping well," Harold said. Pete laughed. "That's because I finally am." Harold raised an eyebrow. "Don't tell me you found some magic pill." "Not a pill," Pete said, lowering his voice. "A spice, cinnamon." Harold frowned. "Cinnamon? The stuff for apple pie?" "Exactly. I chew a bit before bed every night. A friend of mine from India told me about it, said it helps calm the bladder and balance blood sugar during sleep. I thought it was crazy, but after a week, I slept through the night for the first time in 10 years. Harold chuckled. "You expect me to believe cinnamon can do what medicine can't?" Pete shrugged. "Try it. 1 minute of chewing. What's there to lose?" That night, curiosity got the better of him. He found an old jar of ground cinnamon in the pantry, the label faded from age. He placed a pinch on his tongue. The flavor was fiery and warm, coating his mouth in spice. It stung at first, but then left a lingering sweetness that oddly relaxed him. He didn't expect much, but that night he woke only once, a small miracle. The next night, not at all. He woke to sunlight streaming through the window, feeling clear-headed and almost young. Linda noticed immediately. "You didn't get up last night?" she said, surprised. "Guess not," Harold said, smiling faintly. "Maybe I'm cured." He kept the cinnamon ritual going, a small pinch before bed, chewed slowly for about a minute. His energy returned. He stopped dozing off during the day. His joints ached less. It was as if deep sleep had restored something inside him that had long been broken. At his next appointment, Dr. Nair was startled. "You look 10 years younger. What changed?" "I started sleeping through the night," Harold said. "That's wonderful. Did you finally try the medication?" "No," he replied. "I tried cinnamon." Dr. Nair blinked. "Cinnamon?" He nodded. "I chew a bit before bed. It's been 3 weeks now." The doctor laughed softly, then frowned in thought. "You know, there have been studies about cinnamon stabilizing blood sugar and improving circulation. Some even suggest it helps relax smooth muscle tissue. Maybe it affects the bladder too." "Well," Harold said, grinning, "it's doing something right." Intrigued, Dr. Nair decided to test the idea. She had several elderly patients who complained about nocturia. She suggested they try a small amount of cinnamon each night. Within 2 weeks, most reported fewer trips to the bathroom, better rest, and improved mood. When Dr. Nair presented the findings to her colleagues, the room filled with disbelief. "You're telling us chewing cinnamon stops nightly urination?" One physician scoffed. "I'm saying it might," she replied. "Sometimes the simplest remedies have the most surprising effects." Meanwhile, Harold became something of a local legend. Friends from church, neighbors, even his barber started asking about the cinnamon trick. He told them all the same thing. One pinch. Chew it slow. Let the warmth do its work. By the end of the month, he had converted half the neighborhood, and for the first time in years, he and Linda started sleeping side by side without interruptions. "I forgot what silence at night felt like. Linda whispered one morning as they watched the sunrise together. Harold smiled. It feels like peace. Months passed, and his nightly ritual remained unchanged. A bit of cinnamon before bed, a quiet prayer, and deep, unbroken sleep. He never stopped marveling at how something so ordinary had changed his life so completely. The doctors had called it strange. His friends had called it luck. But Harold knew better. Sometimes, he thought, the answers to our greatest discomforts aren't locked away in medicine bottles. Sometimes they sit quietly in a spice jar, waiting for someone curious enough or desperate enough to rediscover them.